Today is Tuesday, August the 3rd, and I think it's worth having a video today instead of just at the end of the week. The McClellan oscillator now has spent 5 days right around the 0 point. It's gone back positive again. The summation index has turned up, so it really hasn't moved in the last 3 or 4 days. Let's take a look at some charts. And my mouse connection is lost. So here we go. The Dow Jones closed just a fraction above its all-time closing high. The NASDAQ is heading towards that point. The SPX closed at exactly the same point as the closing high. The volatility index, if you see the volatility index, I need a new mouse. I'm so sorry. You see the volatility index has this sloping line here. It is definitely moving upwards, running into the cloud. The volatility index isn't a stock that's traded, but it's options that are traded. So they behave like any other instrument. And so the cloud, you can see the cloud really has a big effect on determining the resistance and support for volatility. Apple is definitely in an uptrend, good stock to be buying right now. IBM bounced off the bottom of the cloud after having resistance for a couple of days, been tracking along the 50. If it moves up, it's moving towards this area of low resistance. I would be adding more IBM right now. Caterpillar, same thing. In fact, I plan to add more Caterpillar today. After 3 days on the 200, see, we are at the 200 here, came back and roughly held support, definitely got a bounce here, came back to test the 200. That's a pretty significant thing. Testing the 200 for 3 days. I'm going to be buying more Caterpillar tomorrow. NEO, support by the 50, intersecting with the cloud. Square had this massive day because of their announcement of their big deal in Australia, buy now, pay later. Look at the volume that drove it up. That's corporate institutional buying, but look at the volume today that was taking profits. Not as big as the day before, but as in terms of red bar volume, you have to go back a long way to see that kind of volume. And when you see it in the downturn of Square. So I would love to see it come back. Remember, I've been selling 250 short calls for, gosh, as long as I can remember now, and collecting premium from them. I'd like to see it come back to 250. It was just beautiful on Friday. Was it Monday? It looked like my 250 was going to be golden. I was going to reap that profit again, and then came this announcement on Tuesday. Anyways, SAVA is another beauty. Support on the cloud. Now support today on the 50. I've bought probably all I want to buy. Resistance on the 78.6. I would say if it goes down to the 61.8%, I would add some more. This stock is moving higher. Now look, there's a gap right in here. You could say that it's almost closed because these two wicks here don't show much of a gap, but there is still a gap there. Maybe I'm just going to sign off for now because my mouse is lost again. I promise I will buy a new mouse before I do another video. Yeah, I'm going to sign off now. The market is testing its highs and is going to have a tougher time breaking those highs right now because of what's going on with COVID and potential to the economy.